On their way now, so the over 35s, over 1600 metres. Your leader's about to come off the back straight. Robert Kenshall leads the way. Sue Anderson's also in the back straight, running in second spot. Ingrid Woodward's running in third, but she's coming up the home straight here now, first down to the judge, but she's going to get 4 laps to go. So Ingrid Woodward running third. Behind her is actually the race leader, Robert Kenshall. He'll go past the judge and be told he's got 3 laps left to go. Mark Hipworth was next. He's got 4 to go, as does Brett Nilsson. Likewise, Salvador Gerardo, Jed Stanford and Matty Fallon. So the leader, Robert Kenshall, he's about to run towards the back. Just going past the judge now in second spot is Sue Anderson. Then running third is Ingrid Woodward. She's halfway up the back straight. Mark Hipworth next from Brett Nilsson. Behind him, Salvador Gerardo with Jed Stanford and Matty Fallon last of all. So we've nearly got them exactly where we need them now, all on the same lap virtually, as Matty Fallon's about to go past our leader, Robert Kenshall, up the back straight. So Robert Kenshall leading. He's about probably 25 metres in front of Sue Anderson second, and then there's still this massive gap to Ingrid Woodward. She's in the home straight in third spot. Coming into the home straight as well, you've got Mark Hipworth with Salvador Gerardo, Jed Stanford, Brett Nilsson and Matty Fallon last of all. So these runners coming down to the judge now to get 3 to go, but your leader is Robert Kenshall. He's about probably 80 metres from the judge, but by the time he gets to the judge, Sue Anderson would have gone by him, I feel. So Robert Kenshall leading, but Sue Anderson closing the gap, gets within about 6 metres now as they're coming down to the judge to get 2 to run. It's still Robert Kenshall in front. Sue Anderson hasn't quite got to him by the time they get to the judge 2 laps out. So they've got about 640 metres left to run. In third then was Ingrid Woodward. She's about to run off the back straight with 2.5 laps to go. Then Salvador Gerardo, Jed Stanford, Brett Nilsson, Mark Hipworth and Matthew Fallon. Sue Anderson finally took the lead, so she goes into the back straight now with a lap and 3/4 left to run, and she's moved away from Robert Kenshall in second spot. Ingrid Woodward coming up the home straight, so they're on opposite sides of Collie Reserve here, the leader and the third place getter. So it's half a lap between first and third. Salvador Gerardo's running fourth. Jed Stanford was next from Brett Nilsson, and then Matty Fallon and Mark Hipworth. So they're going by the judge being told they've got 2 to go. Our leader's got a lap and a half left to run, and that's Sue Anderson. She's about to wheel into the home straight here now, and she's opened up a big break. Over in second spot, Robert Kenshall. Going into the back straight now, Salvador Gerardo third, Jed Stanford fourth, then Brett Nilsson. They've got by Ingrid Woodward, then Matty Fallon and Mark Hipworth. So Sue Anderson coming down to get the bell now, leading the way in the over 35 1600 metre event. First event, day 2 here at the Bay Sheffield Carnival. She's going pretty well too, Sue Anderson. She might take some picking up here in the last lap. So Sue Anderson, she gets the bell and she leads the way from Robert Kenshall still second. Then it's still 60 or 70 metres to Salvador Gerardo, Jed Stanford. Brett Nilsson was next from Ingrid Woodward, then Matty Fallon and Mark Hipworth. But Sue Anderson, she runs into the back straight, 300 metres left to travel. She still leads by a massive margin over firstly Robert Kenshall, but Jed Stanford's closing in now with Salvador Gerardo, then Brett Nilsson, Ingrid Woodward, Matty Fallon, Mark Hipworth. Sue Anderson, can she hold them off here? She goes up the back straight, still led by 60 or 70 metres. Jed Stanford's about to go to second. Salvador Gerardo goes to third. I reckon that's the podium. Brett Nilsson's about to run past Robert Kenshall. So can Sue Anderson hang on? She's going to turn for home with a lead of about 35 metres. Jed Stanford and Salvador Gerardo are starting to mow her down. Turning, Sue Anderson in the home straight, leads by 25 metres. Jed Stanford, he grits the teeth, he's closing the gap. Then Salvador Gerardo. Sue Anderson's about to be gobbled up. Firstly by Jed Stanford. Now Salvador Gerardo joining in. Jed Stanford takes the lead, and Jed Stanford takes it out. What a terrific race. Second was Salvador Gerardo. Sue Anderson so brave, but settles for third. Brett Nilsson was next. Robert Kenshall. He is going to have company shortly from Ingrid Woodward. It's going to be a bit of a battle to the line here between Kenshall and Woodward. Robert Kenshall doing enough to hold on here from Ingrid Woodward. Then Matty Fallon. And ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for this man, just inducted into the Bay Sheffield Hall of Fame officially this morning. Here he is, Mark Hipworth, about to close off after the over 35s mile.